Ladies and gents, welcome back. Another Away Days episode as we tick down to the end of the season. I was just saying it off air, getting close to really waffle stations here.
It's gone quick, hasn't it? It's gone quick.
And this time another Euros to cover, so we can actually relax in the off season this year.
But like, it's going to be dead in terms of like your Word documents are going to be like 2 lines. just
chat.
And then a couple of tenables and
just have a chat,
games
lads.
and shit, yeah.
Chat with the boys. Obviously, manager moves.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start with that because that's, I guess, the real drama.
There's a lot happening now.
A lot going on. Let's start with the big one. You said who? Is that Trent Alexander? I think Arnold, is it?
We thought we'd start off by talking about a Real Madrid player.
Because why not?
Why not?
It's the history of the Real Madrid. Obviously, the whole reaction on Sunday to soured I think a decent, considering both teams were on the beach, bit of a decent game between the two sides. But the reaction, expected, deserved, indifferent.
Expected. I think expected. What are your thoughts on it? Because I like hearing what opposition fans have to say about it, to be honest.
Look, if this is the thing, this is like Wayne Rooney, but he started at Everton. This is like
But who's your favourite Man United player of all time? I guess
Ronaldo. But again, these are
like a homegrown,
like
a homegrown
for me,
talent.
It's like if Garnacho was really good, I still feel a bit crap if you're gonna leave in the summer.
Yeah.
But if he was really good like Trent is, I would feel betrayed.
Yeah.
And it's the way that it's gone down, right? It's the way that he's. I saw someone compare it well. Bobby Firmino, who is a club legend, right? Didn't make a big fuss about it and just announced it at the end of that game there. Yeah. He was in tears. It looked like it actually meant something to him to leave the football club. Plus, it was the end of the year, end of his career and stuff like that. No, but I think that was handled much better by Bobby Firmino. It was, let's focus on the football, and then right at the end, I'll say, okay, I'm done.
I mean, it's just such a shit situation at the moment because it could have been so easily avoided that we've gotten to this. Why I was actually really annoyed at Slot on the weekend for even having him in the squad.
Yeah,
like he's not going to be here next year, and then subbing him on. I mean.
Fuck.
I don't understand why rival fans are so like why are Liverpool booing? He's like, let's put this out. He only announced that he was leaving for Real Madrid to then come in and say we want him early. Yeah. Well, that's the only reason that got announced because he announced that he was leaving officially, and then like an hour later it was like Real Madrid want to buy him for the Club World Cup and shit. So. There was obviously I think everyone's seen the videos. There were obviously cheers. I think there was the odd cheer. There was the odd cheer, but there were a lot of boos. And again, everyone's entitled to their opinion. If you're a match-going fan, if you paid
you can do whatever you want.
Your money, you can do whatever you want. Yeah. But to hear that there were fights in the COP and people getting kicked out for it is, I think that's too far. But I think the club's going to have to seriously consider what they do for the parade. Because all it takes is, and everyone's going to be absolutely off their head that day. Like everyone's going to be drunk, fucking going mental. It's only going to, and alcohol does fucking special things to people. Yeah. So, and all it takes is one person to just lob a beer at the bloke, and then it's ruined. So I think, look, he shouldn't play again for the rest of the year. He shouldn't even be in the squad. You got a guy in Chiesa that's not even in the squad.
Yeah, give the guy a crack.
And who wants to be here. Yeah. You got a guy in Trent who's leaving, and the whole thing, how it's been handled, has been an absolute shambles by both Trent and the club. To be honest, with playing him, and of course it was him that kept Marino on side for the goal, which just topped it off. So, it's a shit situation.
I'll throw you one more. Hindsight's a great thing. We love hindsight in football. It's one of the ultimate equalisers. January, the 60 mil they offered, I think, what is it in the end? Okay, this is heavy unders.
They offered, I think it was like 40 or something.
Yeah, heavy unders, but it's more than what you're going to get now, which is, I think, a mil to sign up for the World Cup. Yeah. Would you have taken that now, considering how easily you've walked in the title?
Looking at it now, yes. Yeah. Obviously, you'd take the money, and knowing how sort of easily we've won it with Arsenal dropping off and stuff, but that was never going to happen. Liverpool were never going to sell him. I don't think Trent was really ever going to leave. But with the whole Real Madrid buying him early, I would have done it.
Yeah.
Just go. Like, because the problem is now, instead of the last game of the season being about the team and the fans and the cameras will literally just be on fucking Trent the entire time. And I'm actually really scared for the moment where, like, obviously every player gets to lift the cup by themselves. Like, they get to lift it. And I'm just scared. I'm sure every player will do it in front of the cop. I'm scared that
doesn't happen
if they give it to Trent. Because the players still, like love him and stuff like that. When he went over to the cop at the end.
Was it
like,
Gakpo
people were booing him and Gakpo themselves were like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So the players still obviously, like, care about the lad. But, yeah, it's... like, this is the problem. It just makes me so pissed off.
It just ruins
it just ruins it. All the cameras, all the attention's going to be on him. And it no matter what he does, it's going to ruin it a little bit. So he shouldn't even be in the squad. It's just such a shit situation.
Like I say, it's honestly turned into one of the worst titles.
It actually has, yeah.
The league got written off. People saying, oh, Liverpool just okay, the rest was shit, which is, we talked about that already. But, and then let's think about, like, this is equaling United's 20-time victory, like equaling an arch rival, one of the best seasons from a debut manager, 3 losses on the year?
Yeah.
And all we're talking about is Trent, league shit, Arsenal didn't really try, wait till City comes out. It's a shame because it's been a really, really good season.
Yeah.
And it's almost been overruled but I guess this is modern football, isn't it? There's always another story people have to write about, but it is a shame that at the end of it all. One more thing. If it was anywhere other than Madrid, he probably still stayed, right? Surely.
Oh, yeah, he probably would, he would have stayed. But
is that some sort of, like, leeway then?
I'm trying to...
Madrid?
This is the thing, like... I could sit here for like 6 hours and just be going around in circles with this whole thing. Yeah. Like, I'm pissed off that he's leaving. Yeah. If I was at the game, I don't think I would have booed because, like, from Australia, I'm not going to go to a Liverpool game just to boo a player. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't have cheered either. No. I don't think.
Yeah.
But like, it's just honestly, this situation just fucked my head. Seriously, it's just there's so many different things to it. Obviously, if it's Madrid, he wouldn't go anywhere.
That's the thing. Is that the only thing?
But that doesn't make it
any better.
That doesn't ease the pain or anything. Like for guys like Owen and McManaman, like we were very average, and they left to go and win shit and to go and play for Real Madrid. But like, this team is ridiculous. Van Dijk and Salah have signed. The club's in a great state financially with the stadium. It's like. Just everything about the club is brilliant at the moment. We just won the league. Yep. The club's promised slot to go and spend in the summer, and now he's leaving when we're at the top.
Yeah,
you
can go on.
And the fact that obviously all the Liverpool fans, the scouts, are saying for a Liverpool lad, for him to not think that Liverpool is enough, that's where it hurts.
And that's what Carragher was saying.
Yeah, so. Yeah, and it's got nothing to do with money as well. Like we offered him to be the highest paid fullback in the world, or one of, or something. So it's nothing to do with money. It's just he just bending over for a guy that's 5 years younger than him, in Jude Bellingham. So,
but I think that's the point that Carragher made, because I keep thinking to myself, every kid wants to play for Real Madrid, no matter if you watch football.
All the South Americans do.
Yeah, 100%. But then to Carragher's point, the point you just raised there, as a Scouser, nothing should mean more than to keep winning with your team.
And even like the video he put out, like it was so like scripted and PR, and
I think that makes it worse, man. If that hadn't come out, maybe it's less hostile on the weekend.
That's the thing I said like 2 minutes ago. We could go around in circles about this thing. I said at the start, it could have all been avoidable.
Yeah.
And now it's at the end of the season, on the day after the parade. And Slot just shouldn't be playing him. Slot shouldn't be playing him. I mean, the fact that he came on was ridiculous, and I think after that reaction, I can't see a world where he plays again. He shouldn't.
Not even the match day squad though. I don't think he even travels or anything. No, it's done.
Yeah, he just can't play again. And the only reason why he came on was because Bradley's one just come back from injury, and two, he was on a yellow card. So. But then you got like Quansah there. Like, why can't he play right back? Like Endo's played right back. Like, just it could have been so avoidable. But
Maybe they thought it was going to be different. I don't know if they're oblivious, but maybe.
But during when all the players were announced before the game,
you heard
Trent's name was booed.
I know. That's the thing as well.
And like even did you see the footage at halftime? Like he was legit warming up by himself, and he stayed away from the cop.
Yeah, right.
So like you can tell he's got a pair of balls on him. I'll give him that. Like serious pair of balls on him, but you could tell he's very like fuck.
Yeah,
like
fuck this up.
I generally don't think he expected that reaction. I think he expected people to clap him and to just kind of be like, you know what, we get it. You're leaving. Yeah. Like you've won everything. You want a new challenge, but I think he's a little bit like, whoa, like fuck. I didn't know it'd be this bad.
I'd probably even rather starting 11 because then it sort of like gets mixed in. But if you're coming off the bench, there's every single camera, every eye is on you.
I honestly thought Slot was gonna just sub Bradley off and sub Trent and not make 3 subs at the same time, because if he did that, fucking hell. But he was smart putting it in a 3. Yeah. So, but the whole talk about him wanting to win games, like he wants to use his best players, like it's just I don't buy it. It just ruined everything. It ruined the atmosphere. It's a fucking shambles, honestly.
The first mistake Slot's made all season.
Absolute shambles this last week's been, honestly. It's been the worst week of our season.
Who would have thought?
It's been worse than PSG and Newcastle. Honestly, it's fucking shocking. It's so bad. And it shouldn't be.
Yeah, no. It really shouldn't.
It's infuriating, man.
Well, you want him to stay at home. Apparently Rodrigo's been staying at home because he's sick of it. So he wants to now leave Real Madrid.
That's going to be the big
transfer
this summer.
Yeah, obviously mentioned a few weeks back, said ridiculously Newcastle, but the 3 big candidates look like it's going to be Arsenal, Liverpool, and I think, was it Chelsea? Obviously, Chelsea's always in them. I'm pretty sure it was Chelsea, the 3 teams I saw from the Prem. I think he wants Prem football, which is cool. Get him in the Prem.
Could a Bayern Munich, maybe.
That's the problem, though.
But they don't really.
You got Wirtz, Musiala, Elise now.
Oh.
We'll get into that a little bit. I think when we talk about our under 23s and our team.
Rodrigo's an interesting one.
Liverpool would fit like a glove.
Arsenal. Oh my god, he'd be insane. If he joined Arsenal. I think he'd win Player of the Year at Arsenal next year if he went there.
But I love this guy too much to see him at Arsenal. I have to hate him then.
Yeah, the thing with Arsenal, I just like they need a striker and a left winger, but you got to balance how much you spend on both. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, as I said, you probably like an 80 plus. It probably would have been 100 plus, but now because he's wanted out now, because somehow
they're getting Zubamendi for I think 60. So that's.
I tell you, if Arsenal get Rodrigo, Zubamendi,
and like Gyökeres, they have to win like a couple of trophies.
EFL Cup, and just get him in, mate. Come on. But that's the thing, like Rodrigo, best suitor probably Arsenal or best suitor Liverpool. I just. Because he goes into Liverpool instantly, that front line's ridiculous.
It'd be funny with Newcastle though, wouldn't it?
I think Newcastle would be perfect.
Like the money's there, right? Like they haven't really gone out.
PSL would work now. They qualify for Champions League, so they have to get the income from that.
Plus they sold like Minter and Elliot Anderson for a little bit last year.
And they didn't really buy anything last season.
Yeah, no. So I don't think they did buy anyone.
Tonali came back from the betting. Yeah. That's about it.
He was like a brand new signing.
Exactly.
They bought him.
If you get Rodrigo, you can check on left or right. Take your pick.
And they don't really need like many other.
You get a midfield backup.
Yeah, the defenses if they can all stay fit.
Yeah,
because that's.
I think Botman's the big one.
Yeah,
right?
And Lewis Hall I think's had a pretty bad ankle injury, but they don't lack a whole lot. Newcastle.
I would go get because then Isaac has to stay.
Yeah, I think he'll stay anyway.
Not just this season, but like onwards. Why would you leave when you've got Rodrigo, Gordon, Bruno, Tonali?
Jacob Murphy's a good fucking player as well these days. So
I think that's a plan to keep Isaac. To buy Rodrigo.
Tell you what, if these Premier League clubs do what they like, the potential they could do, fucking hell, we could be in for a close season next year.
If Arsenal get a striker and Zubamendi, they improve.
Yep.
They're not obviously at the best, but then depends what Liverpool do. I've seen no links with Liverpool
Man City have been quite quiet so far, which is interesting.
Do they really need to get anyone?
Well, yeah.
But backup centre forward.
Even with like some of their like De Bruyne is leaving. Like that was big for like a couple of days.
I thought it was Florian versus the banker, but he's now buying.
Which is fucking hell. There goes how Bundesliga had a good run on this podcast.
It's been good. Last year was fantastic. This year's like okay, and then next year's
dead.
It's mudded.
Fucking gone.
There's number 10s out there, but Oh, I'm saying, do you just give
Mark-
Foden one more
yeah.
go? But then you're
Yeah.
risking it again, though, because that's what happened this year. They gave him a go and they risked it and they flopped. But Haaland, Savinho, second season.
I mean, Rodri's going to be back, so
Rodri
with a full
with Nicky
preseason
Gonzalez.
is fucked. Yeah,
And apparently, Kusanov's getting sold.
yeah. He didn't he get like player of the match or something,
Yeah.
or player of the month?
Well, he made that mistake and then he was in and out.
He hasn't played.
Got a good performance in, got a player of the match.
Yeah,
Had an argument with Pep. I think it was a more language barrier argument.
yeah. He said something. Yeah,
Yeah, and Pep took it the wrong way.
Yeah.
And now he's gone. I was like, fucking hell,
The
dictatorship,
kid's like,
mate.
how old is he? Like 19.
He's not his old. He can't speak English.
That's I actually feel sorry for him just sitting on the bench.
But that's what they can do, City. They can just. They've got that much plethora of options.
Send him on loan to Girona, mate. That's what they.
The Eric Garcia treatment, like getting back into the superstar.
Yeah.
But yeah, because there's that as well. So Rodrigo, and then the final thing I want to talk about before we get into the games, obviously, Ancelotti to Brazil.
Yes.
Means the gaping hole is being filled by Alonso,
yeah.
which means an even bigger gaping hole now at Leverkusen because Jeremy Frimpong looks like he's off to Liverpool,
Yep.
Wirtz off to Bayern, Hincapié could go to Madrid
Tar's
to
leaving.
join Tar.
Yeah, it's
Talk about league cooked.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Saudi go in for Boniface again. Like
Yeah, you might as well. They're down.
May as well.
Kick him out there.
Yeah.
Who goes and manages there though? Who wants to take that job?
I feel like they have to sort of keep similar to what Alonso's been doing.
So you need a 3-back sort of style.
It's just hard, isn't it? I mean, could they get an Iraola? Could they get a Michelle out of Girona? I know they've had a shit year this year. They've won their last couple.
Yeah,
so
they've turned it around.
They've
recently,
turned around. So, I mean, when he's had a good group of players, his teams have been pretty bloody good. So, the problem is that they're going to lose so many players.
Who wants to go there? That's the thing.
Who's going to want it? And what manager's good enough to kind of keep them within Europe?
That's the thing. Because
Yeah, it's just going to be hard.
it's going to be a tough year next year.
Even if you're Iraola, like, you're going to lose Huijsen, but like, he's probably the only one. Like Kirkus as well, probably. Mm-hmm. I reckon you could replace them. I reckon Bournemouth.
Or Bournemouth can get a left back.
You
I can 100% get a left back. The centre back's going to be a big problem, I think.
but they should still have Zabani and
Yeah. Zamani's still he's 23 next year.
yeah.
Like, it's still young.
I think Iraola's come out and said he quite likes it at Bournemouth anyway. It's just
The only reason he would leave would be Real Madrid, but he hasn't got that.
do they keep it within Germany? Do they go and just prize another manager out of Germany?
That's the thing.
The problem is I just don't know who.
I think in Germany you got a lot
Yuri
of those,
Sahin. There we go.
fucking hell.
Ten Hag.
Ten Hag's been linked to obviously Dortmund. Now he's not going to go there anymore because the new manager's
He's
done a
probably
great
the
job.
best. Is he probably the best manager?
best
Obviously,
manager.
Zidane's
Xavi?
not going to take any job.
Xavi wants a new project,
Yeah, that could be a good one.
and he was good with Barca. But they had that
Yeah.
transfer ban.
That
Basically, a whole new start. For
that could be a
Leverkusen.
good one.
Could you prize out like a what's the centre forward from Barcelona wants out? What's the kid's name? Pau Victor wants out of Barca.
Oh yeah,
Bring him across.
maybe yeah.
Get a whole new Spanish revolution there. Nico Paz on the 10.
Yes,
Just go Spanish all over. Mate, Spain owns world football right now.
I would say
So-
I would say Fabregas, but he's staying.
Yeah, I read about it
which
again.
which is
He's
good.
done. Yeah,
Which is good.
it's gonna be tough for Leverkusen. They're in a lot of
Yeah,
they're in a lot of trouble.
It's not like last year where there's a lot of managers
Yeah.
out there. It's I mean, if Ruben Amorim gets sacked, I mean,
And Postecoglou, Ruben Amorim, take
And
the loser.
Postecoglou?
Take the loser.
genuinely though, like
And should actually work with Leverkusen,
especially in the
football.
Bundesliga,
Yeah.
I think he could actually be quite good. But it's just such a hard job, such a hard job.
Matisse Tell, I guess.
Before Alonso, I mean, we all know where they were. They were pretty fucking shit. So
Yeah, it was a swift turnaround.
yeah, it's tough. It's gonna be tough, even with some of the player recruitment. It's gonna be tough.
What's the thing? You're going to lose centre back to probably 2 centre backs. I think Hincapié will go to Real. I think he's.
Oh wow, they're getting fucking everyone. They're getting Huijsen.
Well, no, I think Huijsen's going to stay Prem. I think Huijsen ends up at Liverpool. I think
Really?
Frimpong goes to Liverpool.
Shit.
I think Kirkes
Goes to Liverpool
as well. And then that means they need to get a right wing back, two centre backs. So Tar's going as well.
Yeah.
I think number 10 for Wirtz. And it wouldn't be surprised if he said Boniface or like a Teller goes as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of holes. Wayne Rooney in.
We'll never forget the Xhaka and Andrić combination.
Mate, you have to play them now. There's no one else left.
I know. Yeah.
They've got about 8
They might leave.
midfielders.
Xhaka might go back to Arsenal.
Oh God!
Canal.
Don't do that to Kareem, mate. Might as well not. But that's gonna be the big storyline of the summer.
Yeah, because the manager's obviously Alonso. That's going to be interesting how that works. I think Arda is gonna. I think Trent will cook next year, which is mental.
Shame.
I think he'll seriously cook.
I'll make a video about that. I think at some point.
Ancelotti in Brazil could be very interesting. It's just quite a sad ending for Ancelotti. How that's all, but it always is with Real Madrid, to be honest.
But say his first stint with Real Madrid felt like it was a bit abrupt, and then he came back and did what he did. And it's almost felt like But again, on the weekend, the players they had, but there's no one there.
Yeah, there's too many injuries. Like it's just they're 2-0 up, and it's like, did you ever feel comfortable?
I never thought they were gonna win that game. Even though they're 2-0, I never thought they were gonna win. There was no chance. This is Barca, though, isn't it? It's ridiculous.
Did their own remontada.
They remontada the remontada. The remontada squared, mate. They did the remontada squared. Fucking cop that, mate. We'll get into that game in a little bit. Let's start with Serie A, which has been keeping us on life support, I feel like.
Thank God for Serie A this season. Thank God.
A McTominay Raspadori masterclass wasn't enough. Napoli drew 2-2 to Genoa. We were saying off there, why didn't they lose? So we can get that playoff final.
They needed to lose.
The percentages right now looking very... there's probably more chance of Inter winning the league outright than us going to that playoff game now because...
it's a shame because fucking hell, that would have been a hell of a live stream.
It would have fed generations of families. It would have fed everyone. It would have been incredible. 2-2 draw versus Genoa. Again, nothing really special for Napoli. One of their classic performances. They play okay. They have the game almost there. They let it slip.
Mate, Philip Billing has had chances at the end of games to win it.
I had this in bold on my list.
He's had chances. Not just this game, but I think there was a game before where he might have had another header or a volley or something.
So he did it versus Inter. We thought, I've called it. Yeah, then he had 2 now in the back end of the season. We should have secured the game for his side. He had that chance late on. The equaliser from Vazquez in 84th minute, centre-back, got forward heading. They mentioned on the broadcast it was a Serbi-esque, and it really was a Serbi pushing up the pitch and scoring there. Raspadori had a great game. I said he scored a goal. Lukaku scored for the first time. They didn't win when Lukaku scored. That was a stat. McTominay 2 assists. He was everywhere in this game, 10 out of 14 duels, 3 clearances. But for them, the keeper, Segrist, 8 saves.
Big saves. Yeah, he kept them in it. Napoli just didn't kill the game off. And then Genoa's second goal was fucking brilliant. The header was nuts. So, would you say that it's not? Would you say it's a good point? Like
they've earned the right to have this game.
Yeah,
by what they did in sort of February.
I don't know their last 2 games. I think their next game's away.
I think they're pretty easy though.
Yeah, I don't think they're hard, but that's been Napoli this season. It hasn't been against the big boys. It's been against
small sides, isn't it?
The mid-table ones.
Let's have a look. So they've got
Inter fucking rested their whole team on the weekend.
I'm sorry, we should mention that, shouldn't we? So they've got Parma away. Easy feat.
That's not
Parma
easy.
Away.
Man. I don't. Are Parma safe for sure?
I think they're safe for sure. And they got Cagliari on the final day.
I think final day, regardless, they'll win because that stadium will be...
They'll be bouncing.
Fucked. Or it could be another Dortmund. Remember Dortmund a few years ago?
We're into Arak Como, so it could happen.
See, Parma aren't safe. Like, they're 4 points off.
So they need to get this result on the weekend.
So they need to get something at least.
So what you're telling me is Parma win.
And to be fair,
and Inter draw.
It's an outsider, but Cagliari aren't officially safe yet either. So
what you're telling,
so there's still a chance of a playoff, is what we're saying.
Parma beat Napoli, Inter draw to Lazio, and both teams in the final day, and we're going to the final of all finals.
Inter Lazio, that's a big one. Fucking hell.
Inter then away to Como in the final day.
Fabregas could do. I mean, then fucking Como are in good form at the moment as well.
I think they're the most informed side now that Roma lost.
They're gonna finish 10th. You'd imagine, which is incredible for them. Or there's still a lot to play out. Even the top 4 battle, fucking Bologna and Juve and
everyone's in there. It's all tight in there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good finish. At least we got one league, which is keeping us on our toes,
keeping us busy at least. You're right. It's probably a good point in the end, but they win that game.
Oh,
I feel like league over, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you've got two.
It's not a good point. Actually,
you've got two
thinking about it.
relegation candidates to come. You're going to win one of those. That's basically the title. Inter though, I didn't watch it in depth. I just saw the highlights of that massive game and massive win for them, considering
the weather,
torrential rain. Inzaghi's got a big coat on.
The whole squad was rested.
Total rotation.
The first half at least. The first goal, that goal was nuts.
Considering.
Of course, Bastoni with the assist. I know it was like a Busquets pass where he just lays it off, but
the Italian Busquets.
That finish was fucked.
But they just do what they do. That's what I'm saying. There's more chance of Inter winning this title than there is going to this final game thing, because they just find a way.
Yeah.
They just consistently, like that game, there's no right for them to go off like a Champions League and the chaos that's ensued.
And they'll play their best team available now.
You think so, right?
Yeah, for sure. So, mate, it could be a really, really good end to the season for Inter, or
mate.
Like, I feel like this is the peak for Inter. Like, this is it. This is either win it or like it'll fade away. So
because what you got now, Nautovic is there, Acerbi's there,
Martinez is there, Sommer's there.
They're all older.
Yeah, they won't ever, like, this is their peak. Especially Sommer, like, he's fucked at the moment. But to be fair, also Martinez made a save, which was Sommer on the weekend. So
that's the thing for the Inter. The backups are
fucked.
incredible.
They're still good.
Bro, they could start for
they could start for most Serie A clubs and like most Premier League clubs as well. Their bench. So
Arnautovic is the best bench. He scores every time he comes on, and you go,
even Taremi was good on the weekend. So.
And he's been nowhere near his best this season. He's only got up to go from here. Maybe they do go again. Maybe they go onwards.
Hey, you never know.
Mate, with the boss on the touchline, he's one of the best managers in world football. He keeps getting the best out of them.
He is.
The other game, touch on from the Serie A, Milan continue just to, again, steal from the rich and give to the poor, beating Bologna 3-1. This was, I don't want to say undeserved, but they had no right to win this game. No. They were not even in the game until Santi Jimenez came on. First goal from Orsolini, classic Orsolini on the left foot, curled at far corner. I think it's his 14th goal of the season. He's had a ridiculous return this year.
Surely, like, a Serie A club's top one goes after him.
Mate.
Surely. Like a Juve or...
I'd say Inter, but they went for the assist.
If Atalanta are going to sell Lookman, which I completely forgot that he's actually going to leave.
That as well.
Could they use the money to get...
That's surely a banker there. Yeah, but it didn't work for him last time he was at Atalanta.
True.
That's the reason he's back at Bologna, because it didn't work at Atalanta, so maybe...
That's true, yeah.
Like, the fans love him over there, so I wouldn't leave. Saying that.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't. But for the manager, they've had a bit of... I don't know, it's been a bit kind of...
I know, there's something going on.
Heated.
Yeah. But he seems to always find the back of that when he plays. He scored the 49th minute, give them a deserving lead, then cue the substitute chaos. Santi Jimenez came off the bench, 73rd minute, scored the first goal. Chukwueze getting in behind and squaring it for him. Pulisic made it 2-1 literally a few minutes after that. He's had another great back end of the team. Good start, good end.
Middle
back.
Minter was just AC Milan.
That was
in a
Milan
nutshell,
problem,
wasn't it?
right?
Yeah.
But he was fantastic to score. Followed up on the Felix shot. And then Dominguez's poor first touch gave Milan the counter-attack. Chukwueze once again fighting Jimenez 3-1. Bologna, though, however, 3 games without a win, but only 2 points off 4th. So somehow in this awful run they've gone on after that Inter result, they're still in touching distance of the top 4. They've got some tough ones to finish off. I'm pretty sure though.
I think the next game's a tough one. I think.
Yeah, way to Fiorentina.
Yeah.
That it could be season wrap there, because Genoa at home, I think they win.
Yeah, but they just need to get some form of Europe, hopefully.
It's crazy how Serie A only have 6 teams that go to Europe. It's just
that's fucked,
saying that if they win the Coppa Italia, it might have already happened when the podcast goes out. Yeah, well,
it would have. Yeah.
The night of this coming out, if they win that, they get Europa League, I think.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Yeah, which is a repeat of that game. It's Milan, Bologna. In Rome.
Yeah,
they're a
point off Roma, who are in 6th, and Roma are flying at the moment. It's just fucking
so
hard,
tight,
isn't it? It's tight. From 4th to 8th is very close. So.
Take your
tough, man.
Take your pick out of that.
Yeah. It wouldn't shock me if the top 6 just stays how it is, to be honest.
And ever just sort of like draws and wins enough,
It kind of feels like that sort of end to the top 4 battle in Serie A.
I'll tell you what, then these 2 clubs And 2 points separate them in the league now. Milan and Bologna, this game coming up, this Coppa Italia final. That is it. You're playing for Europe. Both teams playing for Europe.
Oh, come on, Bologna. Everyone wants Bologna to win, I think. They deserve a trophy the last 2 years. They've been fucking ridiculous.
Milan 4 wins out the last 5, though.
Yeah,
great form.
They're starting the ultimate tease. Milan, end of season, go on their mental run, and then next season start off shit. Again. So, yeah. This is the Milan we know.
The Milan we know and love.
Yeah, back again. Not a surprise.
If they can have 2 trophies this season, though, that's incredible.
That's weird.
that is
It feels like they've had such a shit year.
But they have been irrelevant all season.
But in terms of their trophies, they've been all right.
They're doing Manchester United, literally.
Yeah.
They're winning trophies and they shouldn't.
Take their season over Arsenal's, I reckon.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to how Arsenal and how poor they've been. What's your thought about the game, though? Are you going to back in Bologna? You're going to go hard?
Yeah. Got to. Yeah. It's like you with Betis over Chelsea. Pure heart.
That's just mine, mate. That's pure born right there. Hey, did you see Anthony's stage chants that were being sung to?
Yeah, I think he started crying or something.
Oh, this is football heritage.
He can't go to any other club besides Betis. I don't care if fucking Man United are like, you're going to be our starting right winger next year.
Real Madrid offer him a contract.
He's got to stay at Betis.
That'd be ridiculous.
Surely that has to be like the banker.
The first signing of the summer.
Yeah, that has to be.
Sky Sports, they tune in for the first ever transfer window, and it's just like
it has to be Anthony. Has to be. Just get him.
Get him back. Mate, the Liga want him. They'll pay for him.
Yeah, I think they will.
The broadcasters I think
the TikTok account alone will pay for him. Fucking hell.
The oral farming is out of his world for Anthony. A few stages on Pulisic, 1 goal, 1 assist. Santi Jimenez, 25 minutes and 2 goals. They were both fantastic. It's going to be the battle. Jimenez, Pulisic versus Berkema and Lukumi. Yeah. And the other one, it's Orsolini taking on Teo Hernandez.
Yeah.
That's going to be the final, realistically.
Yeah.
Those sort of matchups.
The Hernandez versus Orsolini could be the deciding factor.
Well, it could be. Because both are incredible what they do.
Yeah.
But their top to bottom are both very big differences. Orsolini, as much as good as he's been, as much as I love him, he can fade out of games very easily. So, big game to come for that one. The Battle of Europe, basically, between those two sides. I'm hoping Bologna just kept their cards close to their chest.
Yeah, I'm hoping Newcastle
did it to you guys.
Yeah.
Get beaten, get counter-attacked to hell in the game.
They've got their eye on that, we'll be ready. Yeah.
We'll rock into Rome and we'll bash you.
Come on, Bologna. But Milan are the ultimate, I
tell you, they steal from the rich.
Yeah, they do.
To the poor.
They do. So
it would be a great season, all jokes aside, if they win 2 trophies.
It actually would be.
They were competitive in Champions League. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
And 2 trophies. Well,
they still get Europe next
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering who they had. Who was their coach at the start? Fonseca, wasn't it?
Fonseca,
yeah.
And then didn't Juric go there for a bit, or did he go to Roma?
No, he went to Roma, and then went to Southampton, and then fuck knows where it is.
Milan and Roma and managers.
Match made in heaven, honestly.
That's your Claudio Ranieri. Mention that. Ranieri's side took on Atalanta. Atalanta secured Champions League football.
Yep.
This was like vintage Atalanta, by the way. This was a great performance.
It was a good game.
Look, when in the 9th minute, Cristante equalised in the 32nd minute. Sulemana off the bench with an absolute rocket shot from outside the box in the 76th minute, making sure Atalanta ran out 2-1 winners. Good to see De Ketelaere back in the side.
Yep.
He's been sort of hit and miss injuries and a bit of form. He was back. Lukman started. He wasn't supposed to start. Retegi was it was a proper
Yeah. They should have been 5-0 up in 20 minutes, to be honest.
The first 25 minutes was literally vintage Atalanta.
That was like the Inter of a few months ago. They could generally win this thing.
Run away with it, yeah. Gasperini, actually another talking point, does Gasperini stay? I've heard rumours of him.
I would assume he stays, yeah.
If you were Gasperini, though, would you stay?
I'd go to Leverkusen, I think he'll stay. I don't really think of a club that
really
would go after him. Not that he's probably a top 10 manager in the world for sure, but I don't know where.
You're trying to find a suitor for him.
Unless Leverkusen. That's the only club I can think of.
Attacking football, written lines.
I mean, if Spurs lose, they'll probably sack her and she'll probably leave anyway.
Does Gasperini want to deal with
it doesn't fit, but he's just a great manager, and I'm just thinking Spurs,
The thing with Gasperini, though, he likes to run everything, I feel like, from top to bottom.
I thought that's Conte
Spurs
vibes.
will not.
Yeah. Levy won't. He'll be gone in 6 months. So.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think that's what I read.
But that's like the best club I can think of him going. That and Leverkusen. He's not going to go to
take
fucking...
Lookman across with him to Leverkusen.
Yeah.
Start another fight.
Man, that'd be good. That'd be fucking good.
I just know. I've read a few things about potentially him leaving. I don't know if it's just him done managing or if it's a leaving sort of thing, but it'd be a shame to lose.
Don't know where he'd go, but I think he should stay, surely.
Hold it down.
Yeah, the fans love him. He's done so much.
Well, they've got champion football again.
Yeah. He should stay.
Unbeaten the last 5, 10 goals scored in that time. As I said, prime Atalanta have come back. Roma's first loss in 19 games. Claudio Ranieri have turned his club
done.
around.
He's finished. He's shit. Sack him.
He
should honestly be their coach. Like, if he's up for it.
I about to say, can he do it? Can he do a full season?
He should, because he's fucking phenomenal at what he does.
I was surprised he wasn't the new Pope. I thought I was expecting Ranieri to come out as the fucking Pope. Mr. Football himself, I was expecting to walk out.
I've never thought of that.
That's in Rome as well, can he both jobs?
That's fucking gold. That's so good.
Can you imagine they blow the smoke out and Ranieri walks up? Okay. Golf pick next to him.
Ranieri walks out. Oh, that's fucked. Oh, the world will be saved.
Oh, mate.
Fucking world peace. Oh,
secure.
my God. Ranieri.
If the world was going in relegation, he would save the world from relegation. He had it. Honestly, I thought it was
that was so good.
I was the banker. I thought it was $2.10. I put all my money on him. I didn't walk out. I was disappointed with that one there.
Yeah, fuck coaching. On the Pope.
Like, he can multitatask. Church Sunday and whip out a Saturday night kickoff.
That's got to be the best player zone moment on this channel.
Can you imagine? Sorry, guys, I can't do the kickoff.
Sorry, I'm not coaching next year. Got world duties to attend to. Oh,
mate? I'm Pope, unfortunately.
He would do an insane job of being the Pope.
The fucking Pope, mate.
He basically is. He saves every club that he's been to.
Oh,
so
fucking legend. But yeah, you're right. He should stay. On all seriousness,
I think I read he's gonna do like some role at Roma, like some higher up role, but he's fucking wasted.
Touchline, mate. Touchline.
He's wasted there. So, but he's getting on a bit. His fucking funeral will be on the touchline. Like, seriously.
Can't go to a cup final with him, though. It's me nervy scenes. They should just FIFO him, fly him in for a few games. Give him when they need him. Draw 2 in a row, in comes Ranieri.
Yeah, exactly.
3 points, getting back to the stands.
Go to fucking Spurs. You should.
Mate, if they would win...
They'd win the fucking league. They'd win the league.
Let's
FIFO him to the Europa League final. There you go.
No, don't.
Fly him in, fly him out.
We'll take him. We'll take him for the Europa League final. We need something to their side. United have not... Amran has not been the top...
I saw it's like they've
a relegated
side since I think it was the Lissandro Martinez deflected Fulham goal. That is insane.
What the fuck?
So we're just going to ignore that I had him as a top 10 manager.
It's getting realer and realer that they might be sacked.
I really thought it would just not be this bad.
Bad.
He has to win this Europa League for me to have any credibility on that top 10 list.
The more the lists go, mate, the more it looks. Let's forget this list. Let's quickly jump to La Liga quickly. My boys Valencia. What do they say? They can't
fucking
go
turnaround.
Down. They're fucking 11th.
It's been insane.
They're going to go top half in the season. Hugo Duru found the back up from the spot after he won in the initial penalty. So Pepelu, Hugo Duru, and then the third goal came from Diego Lopez, 3-0 over Getafe, a nearby compatriot. They're 15th and the 14th on the table. Yeah. Another massive win for the side. That's 11th place, 10 games unbeaten, only 1 loss in the last 12 league games.
They've been pretty fucking good.
We
were worried early on, even in December, but they're a big club to go down. They've turned it around, and I mean they should obviously be higher than they're 11th, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Should be higher than 11th, but it's a shame because next year they're also going to lose their keeper. So they're going to have to start again, which isn't great. But they need to make some good signings, which is going to be hard because I assume they don't have a lot of money.
Carlos Corberán, that's the man, the manager.
Yeah,
that's the man. You might need to keep an eye out for going for. He's saved this club.
He's saved them. So start of next year is going to be a interesting watch for them.
I said it in that one of the solo pods. Keep the youngsters like Diego Lopez, Baron K and all these like younger players, and hopefully Hugo Duro keep him. Obviously, Mamardashvili is a big loss, but I think they bought it back up this year.
Yeah.
Because they thought Mamardashvili was supposed to still have him this year.
Yeah.
So they do have 3 keepers. Yeah. So hopefully one of them works out. Keep Jose Guy has been massive for them since he's come back.
He's been huge.
A veteran.
He's been around for years.
Mate, FIFA, 81 rated on FIFA.
He's literally like, picking a left back, can't afford Jordi Alba. I'll get Gaia.
100 coins.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah.
No, but they've got a decent side. Like, Duro, Diego Lopez, Baron Kea, Fulquier, Gaia.
Yeah,
you got a core there. It's about, like you said, adding the right pieces
and whether they can keep them for long enough. Because if they finish like 8th next year, and those young players will be part of that probably.
I think most of them go.
Yeah, that's the thing. So they need to get Europe, so then the players at least have something to stay for. So
keep buying some young stars like that. Yeah. Look, La Liga is one of those leagues you can shoot up. Look at Girona. You can shoot up in a year.
You can shoot down as well.
Yeah, you can bottom out quickly, but you can go up quickly as well. So, look, I'm excited for what they do next season. I'm excited for what the manager can do, more importantly. Yeah. I think he's going to be a good watch. Carlos Corberán. Keep an eye on him.
Could be the new Michelle, mate.
Oh, I don't know how, we don't want to end like that. I feel bad for Michelle. He's probably still a great manager.
At least they've won their last few.
They're steady.
So yeah, they're gonna be all right. They're safe at least.
Fucking hell, they're safe. Jesus Christ. Did they not play you guys in the Champions League like 6 months ago? They're safe.
But that's like Berlin, isn't it?
It's the exact same thing.
It's like that Union, was it. So there's always fucking Monza have done it this year. There's always one. So who's done well this year that is a banker to go down to Como? Fuck.
Are we counting Como's high enough though? Is 10th high enough?
Where did Monza finish last year?
Yeah, I think I finished 10th.
10th?
Yeah. That's a good point. Who's that team?
Nottingham Forest.
Oh, 100%.
Because he honestly, it wouldn't shock me if Nuno gets sacked. If he doesn't get Europe.
He's gone.
Which I think they already have got Europe.
They've secured it. What about Rayo Vallecano in 8th?
Vallecano? I had them going down this year.
I had them going down as well. Mallorca in 9th. Actually, the battle for the final Conference League spot. Mallorca and Vallecano, exact same points. 2 goal difference between two sides.
We could pick that for next year, I reckon. We get 1 pick out of all the leagues.
The stinkers.
Out of all the leagues, the teams that have gone like mid-table that shouldn't be there, that'll do a Monza or a Union or
the great risers to the great fallers.
Yeah, that'll be in our predictions next year, I reckon.
Even like Osasuna, man, I didn't think they'd be this
Osasuna,
11th.
Yeah, I mean they're there because their fucking strikers got.
How many goals?
18 goals.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, there would definitely be one stinker. Yeah, you're probably right.
There's got to be.
I think what Bundesliga. Oh, Frankfurt.
Wolfsburg, they've fucking fallen off a cliff.
Yeah.
Hoffenheim. Like they're pretty
just escaped.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Yeah, to drop down.
That's probably St. Pauli, isn't it? That's the bank I'm tipping them. Yeah, they're finishing last.
Yeah, it probably is, isn't it? Gee, I tell you what, I feel like Real Madrid finished last after this Clasico. 4-3 loss. We watched this one live. Absolutely incredible start. Mbappe 2 goals in the first 15 minutes. 1 from the spot, 1 from just getting in behind. Poor Jacob, there was nerves on the couch as a Barca fan.
that high line, man, he must have been fucking shitting himself.
2-0, but we were saying off air before we went live, I never doubted Barcelona though. That's just the thing with them. They will find a way back. Eric Garcia has gone through the greatest scoring spree of his life. He scored a flicked-on header in the 19th minute. Lamine Yamal made it 2-2, 32nd minute.
That finish.
Sorry.
Disgusting.
3 defenders and a Courtois to pass, and he just passed into the corner. It was like, and the camera angle was perfect for it. You can see right behind the shot.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. 2-2. And then in what would be, I guess, a theme running on from the rest of the game, Real Madrid with their own enemies, with Sabas ran into Mbappe, dispossessed him, and then Pedri picked it up, played the ball to Rafinha, 3-2, and then just before half-time, Rafinha made it 4-2. This time Vazquez just forgetting players press him and giving the ball away. I think his record now...
Madrid fans fucking fuming at Vazquez. And
3.5
he's
goals
leaving anyway.
He concedes per game versus Barcelona, I think now.
Jesus
across the last 5 or 6 games.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, he's one of the worst records in Clásicos. So no wonder they want him off.
He's gone. He's leaving.
There were some serious threats given to him and some of the kid as well. He copped it as well.
I don't think Trent's going to do much better.
Yeah, no, let's say.
I can't wait for those. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't say what I was about to say. That's bad.
Well, we beat his tongue well.
I shouldn't say what I was about to say. That's bad.
Madrid were given a penalty as well in the first half. That was overturned for offside. Out of nowhere, they scored a goal in the 70th minute. Mbappe to complete his hat trick. Vinny played him behind.
Yeah.
Big shouts for handball in the 80th minute. That's what I guess I was going to ask you. Think that was handball against Tchouameni? I thought it was way too close.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm happy with that being played on. To be honest.
The backlash was crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe because it's El Clasico.
Yeah.
And then Mbappe, 91st minute, we all thought he was offside. Somehow the flag never went up and they never really rechecked it. So he must have been on.
Yeah.
Got his effort saved by Szczesny. Obviously, the goal comes, which is overturned for Firmino again. The foul that was...
Not finished though, but yeah.
Probably there, but I wish it stood because it was a crazy goal. He skipped past like 8 players to score. And the poor kid, Victor Munoz, he's like 19 years old or something like that, comes off the bench. By the way, I think he's a Barcelona Academy player. I think this adds to the field of fire. Threaded through, in on goal, 1-on-1, the chance to draw the game, keep the league alive. Just skied it.
Just
absolutely skied it. And apparently he's turned his comments off. He's like dinged his account. He's been attacked for it. And I'm like,
poor guy.
I was like, fuck, this is just Real Madrid fans, aren't they?
I feel bad for him. That's tough.
But I guess if anything, summarize Real Madrid season in like one image. Get the still image of him shooting and the ball like being somewhere like there.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh man.
Yeah, it was feel bad for him. But that's just Real Madrid. I think he would have known, to be honest, as soon as he missed, like, fuck.
I'm done.
Not worried about the league, worried about his comment section.
Yeah. A shame, that one.
It's not really a shock, to be honest. Like, every time they've played, Barca have bitched them. So
I say it was a 4-3 game, but...
Didn't really feel like it.
No.
Even when they made it, when Mbappe scored his hat-trick, it was like...
20 minutes to play. You still think
like
Real of last season.
Barca are all right.
Yeah. Real of last season, you're like, oh, game on.
Game on. Yeah, they'll probably go on and win it.
Yeah.
Or at least get a point. But this year it's like...
No, all right.
Nah.
We're good.
I think Barca are all right. So even like the players as well, like they're arrogant in a good way against Real this season. Like even when they're down, like they're down 2-0, like they weren't phased.
Yeah.
So it's...
I'm trying to find... Oh, I didn't think I have it saved. I think it's 17-6 or like 21 something on aggregate.
They've smashed them.
Yeah,
every game they've played them, they've smashed them.
It was 5-2, 4-0, 4-3, and then 3-2. Whatever that is in numbers. Yeah. But they've never really come close. Yeah. The Copa del Rey final.
The Copa, yeah.
That was actually a close game.
Yeah.
But again, Barca dominated possession on the front foot. But look, the stats show 60% possession at 38. 4.26 XG to 2.74. Like, Real had 9 shots and 5 big chances, whereas Barca 23 shots and 7 big chances. Yeah. They absolutely dominated it. 18 games since they last lost a game in the league for Barca. Lamine Yamal, player of the match probably.
Yeah.
1 goal, 3 big chances created, 90% pass accuracy, 4 successful dribbles. Ferran Torres had a hat-trick of assists. Rafinha had 2 goals. Mbappe obviously 3 goals, but only 9 passes, so he barely touched it.
Yeah, Rafinha's only enhancing his Ballon d'Or shouts at the moment. So.
1A right now, as it stands?
Yeah, he'd have to be.
Waiting on Champions League?
I think he'll, yeah.
Has Dembele done enough to...
Probably, to be honest. I mean, 2025, he's been the best player in the world, probably.
Well, the numbers say that, yeah. The Champions League really decides it.
Yeah, if Inter win it, probably Rafinha.
Yeah,
wins Ballon d'Or.
PSG
win it, probably Dembele, which is nuts. Imagine just saying that Dembele is going to win a Ballon d'Or.
Fuck. 2 Barca players. Technically, it's 2 Barca players.
Yeah, it all comes down to Champions League, to be honest. It's pretty nuts.
Yeah, it is. It's just one.
I think it's Rafinha or Dembele wins it now. I don't think anyone else can. Not even Salah.
No one else can go close. Lamine? If he starts next year like a house on fire.
Yeah, maybe. It's actually mad that he's only got 7 goals in the Liga. It feels like he's got way more.
I know.
But obviously the assists. And like he's had so many like pre-assists.
Yeah. Like, I say, if you had hockey assists in in football, I think in this game here, that's why I taught 90% pass accuracy for a 17-year-old. Yeah. What is it, 13 assists down the league, I think it is?
Yeah, 12, 13, I think. Yeah,
that's something like a prime Pedri, a prime Xavi, a prime, Busquets be doing, from midfield.
We've never had a young player who's regarded by some as the best player in the world, who has 7 goals in the Liga.
Yeah.
That's how fucking insane this guy is.
His dribbling is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Big shout out for Mbappe, by the way.
Yeah, he's
the only player this season outside of Courtois that played well in a Classico, I think.
Yeah, even Valverde. I don't think Valverde.
I think he's struggling in Classicos, to be honest with you.
I think Pedri and Fermin, they've clamped him, to be
honest.
Yeah, it's literally only Ben Mbappe. He's like the only one.
I think it's 6 goals now.
Even Vinny,
Vinny's had a shitter, man.
Vinny's been shit this year. Not gonna lie.
Stop focusing on the Ballon d'Or, I think.
Yeah. That's really affected him bad.
I think 100% has.
I don't understand why.
Well, you were the first to say, you said that they're playing victim too much, focusing on the football.
Fucking go and win it this year.
And since you said that, they've flopped. Yeah. You were totally right.
If Vinny was playing at the level that we know he can and should be, Madrid probably would still be in the Champions League.
Well, they'll probably end up with 2 trophies somehow. Probably win a league and maybe a cup or, I don't know, something. But you're right.
He's still young. Like, fucking just go and win it. Yeah. If you say you're that good and you think you were robbed, go and prove why, you think you were robbed.
It's hurting my credibility as well. Talking about, I thought Mbappe was a problem. It's not.
Yeah. It's Vinny this entire time.
I'm going to keep my agenda to myself now. Fucking keep myself quiet.
The Liga's top goal scorer is the problem.
Yeah, the guy scored 40 goals. Yeah. He's fucking awful, isn't he? All right, that takes us to our big segment this week. La Liga team of the season.
I think this will be the most boring
El Clasico
one,
11.
Yeah.
Look, I tried my best.
I tried, but it's just too hard.
I think I've got it right. 2, 3. I've got 4 non-Clasico players. I've really tried hard here.
I've got 3 players that don't play for Madrid or Barca.
Yes, we've got 7 in combination. Probably, I reckon 2 exactly the same, but we'll have to wait and see. I'll get started. I went with a 4-2-4. So forwards are plenty.
I went the foot draft 3-4-3. That's what I went.
194 inbound.
We've changed, mate. You're doing.
I'm trying my best to get some fullbacks in. Shout out the fullbacks.
There's just too many forwards, to be honest. Got to fit them all in.
Fair enough. Yeah. Especially La Liga as well. The forwards are crazy. I'll go my goalkeeper first here. I went Jan Oblak.
Yeah, same.
15 clean sheets, 2.5 saves per game, 27 goals conceded in 34 games. It's pretty wild.
Yep.
Atletico love clean sheets. They love defensive units, and he's that guy. Still underrated? Or do you reckon he's rated now?
I'd say still underrated. A little bit, yeah. I think he is.
Always slips past the memory.
Yeah. I think most people say Courtois and then Ter Stegen straight away instead of Oblak being in the conversation.
I almost put Szczesny in. I was like, wait. All right. No, Oblak's been...
He's been nuts this year,
It's been a shame that he just fell off at the wrong time because they're still close now. Because they turned it around again.
I think they're only 5 points off.
Yeah.
Real.
But when there was a chance that a pound to Real fell off, they also
Barca and Madrid were kind of drawing and dropping points.
They were tiptoeing.
But Atletico were as well.
And they just were stinking it up. Yeah. It's just... Classic Atletico, man. They talk about teasing.
Yeah. They are the AC Milan of...
the AC Milan of the La Liga. Yeah. All right, my back 4. Left back, I went with Gutierrez.
You still stuck with him?
I still firmed him, yeah. 1 goal and 5 assists.
I thought you would have gone Balde for sure.
I love Balde, but I think Gutierrez had a good season considering circumstances.
Yeah.
1.5 tackles per game, 5 ball recoveries, a clearance per game, 29 appearances, 5 assists in a very mediocre team. But it's like you said, not even the pre-assists, but the passes that don't get finished off.
True.
He's fantastic. And look, I was going to try and really horseshoe someone into left back that probably has never played left back in their life, but I had to put it out and out left back.
Camavinga vibes.
Yeah, literally, I felt like some of that earlier, but Gutierrez at left back. 2 centre halves, Inigo Martinez for me.
Okay.
I thought he would be 7 clean sheets, 4.5 ball recoveries, 3.7 challenges, clearances. 70% of ground duels was the one for me that stood out in the stats sheet.
Yeah.
He's an absolute... He's the Lisandro Martinez to the Varane of Manchester United at our peak. I love watching him play. I went with Daniel Vivian alongside him.
Yeah, same.
From Athletic Club, 10 clean sheets for them. The least conceded in the league this season. 5.2 ball recoveries, 60% of aerial duels won. Dominates in the air. It was a big play when we played them in the Europa League. And then Jules Koundé's right back.
Yeah.
We've said this story a few times now. When he plays well, they play well. 8 clean sheets, 2 tackles a game, 2 goals and 3 assists.
Yeah, I've essentially got the same. I got Oblak in goal.
Yeah.
And then my back three is Koundé, Vivian, and Inigo Martinez. I was going to put Kubasi in, but I think with sort of how good Inigo Martinez has been in this high line, he's pretty old as well. I think he's like 33, 34 or something. He's been nuts for them this season. So.
Big shout out for Martinez though, because when I looked at the stats for our next segment, Kubasi's played well, but he hasn't been as good as he was last year. Yeah. I think Inigo Martinez has carried a lot of the load.
Nuts this season,
especially as that bruise at the back. I think he's
imagine saying at the start of the year, Flick's going to play his high line, and Inigo Martinez is going to be playing centre back.
Well, we might have never known he had this in his bag. True, he's never played. Well, this is a ridiculous level high line, but he's never really played a high line.
Yeah, that's true.
They're catching people offside from the halfway line. It's unbelievable. It's literally incredible. Yeah, and big shout out to Vivian as well, and the whole Athletic.
Yeah, I tried to fit
back line
more of them in because I think only Atletico have conceded less goals.
Oh, so
it's like one less goal, I think. But it's just too fucking hard.
There's just so many good players.
Too hard, yeah.
And obviously Koundé, we've said it, best, most important player for Barcelona when he's playing well. Okay, my two central midfielders. I've gone Pedri, obviously. 4 goals, 5 assists, 2 key passes. We had 90% pass accuracy on the season. 7 ball recoveries, 66% dribble success rate. They're ridiculous stats.
Yep.
And I went Alejandro Baena, who is a left winger, wing back, but okay, I was going to put him into left back. I was really going to be desperate there, but I'll put him into midfield. He can play midfield as well. He's been the bright spark. 23-year-old, 6 goals, 8 assists, 3.1 key passes per game. Really dangerous. Got selected in the Spain squad recently. Yep. I think he's someone to keep an eye on for going forward. So he's a midfielder alongside Pedri.
I'll just do my 4 midfielders. Yep. So my left and right are obviously Rafinha and Lamine. Hard one, that one.
Really?
Yeah, no, right.
Where's Anthony?
He was close.
I was going to try and find out why I play Anthony.
I was like, do I put him as like a number 10? Does that work? But nah, just Rafinha. It has to be. And then I got Pedri as well. And I put Valverde in. Take away the El Clasicos. He's played everywhere in that Madrid side. He's been run into the ground, and he's probably still been, besides Mbappe, their player of the season.
Yeah, so I agree.
Still chucked him in.
I agree. He was close getting on my team. Unfortunately, I went with 4 up top. So I went Lamine and Rafinha, as he said.
Oh, we went the same.
Yeah.
Shit, that's a surprise.
No Anthony this side. 18 goals and 9 assists for Rafinha is fucked. And then Lamine Yamal, 7 goals, 12 assists, 2 key passes. Again, this stat, 80% pass accuracy for a kid.
Yeah.
It's out of this world. And completes 4.5 successful dribbles per game, which is out of this world. And my 2 strikers speak for themselves. Mbappe with 27 goals, Lewandowski with 25 goals. Both just outperforming XG, outperforming everything. They've just been superb this season.
Yeah. Well, my front 3 is obviously, I've got Mbappe and Lewandowski. They just pick themselves. And I just managed to put in Budimir as well. Yeah, just because what he's done with Osasuna to get... They were challenging for Europe at Pars during the season as well. So 18 goals. I thought, I'd just chuck him in. I think he deserves a shout out. So
I got my shout out because I really...
Yeah, I just picked the 3 top... Literally just 3 top goal scorers. So
obviously Valverde is my shout out. I love the guy. But I feel like I had to put Baena in this because Villarreal done well this season. Literally not even taking the piss. Isco and Anthony were so close.
Yeah, Anthony was close.
Isco was in my midfield alongside Pedri until I thought, Baena has been more consistent throughout the year. Yep. But Isco's, man, has been out of this world. And then I was going to try and get more athletic defenders in, but no one really stood out.
Yuri Berchiche
was close, but I thought Gutierrez is a better footballer.
Yeah.
So he got in there for me.
Yeah.
Budimir as well. And there's one more I had as well. Again, there's so many players I've got to put in this side. But who was I going to put in?
There's a guy from Athletic Bilbao as well, the attacking midfielder. Is it Sankit?
Oh, in Sanset. Yeah, that was the one. Sanset. And also, I was thinking about Jose Perez as well.
Yeah.
There were a few more. So I could put the second 11 as well together, to be honest.
It's just...
A classical 11 was different gravy, wasn't it?
I feel like last year was good because Barca fell off and then you had Bilbao. You had Nico Williams coming through. You had Girona were nuts with Savio and stuff.
Yeah, we probably had 3 Girona players last year.
Yeah, and then obviously Real were Real, but...
Yeah, but no Mbappe.
But this season they've actually been... Both teams have been fucked, so...
Yeah.
It's been hard
tougher this year.
Yeah, hard to fit in.
It's crazy we have no Madrid players. Atletico Madrid players.
Besides Oblak.
Oh, Oblak.
But they have the least goals conceded.
Yeah.
And we only have
No defenders.
I sort of was thinking like any of their midfielders like DePaul, but
it just doesn't match up against some of these.
Doesn't scream team of the season, to be honest.
Some of these players we've got in here.
Even their forwards, like, take away Source, 4 goals in 20 minutes on the weekend. He's been good, but nothing spectacular. Alvarez is feel like he's been good without being great. If you know
I think he's been a good 7 out of 10.
He's had great games, but not great patches of form, I think.
I'd back that. I'd back that in.
Good this season.
I tell you what, the La Liga second 11 could probably beat every league second 11.
Would be nuts.
Because
you'd have who would you have in there? You'd have
Courtois plays in goal.
Courtois, yeah. You'd have
do you go
probably
Rudiger?
Bellingham
in there, Rudiger. For me, I'd have to put Valverde in there.
You'd have more sort of Bilbao players in there. Probably Berichiche.
Yeah.
Sanset would be in there. Anthony Isco.
Anthony and Isco probably go in. The striker's probably I'd put Budimir in mine.
Budimir in your second one. Yeah, he'd probably be in the second one anyway.
Yeah.
There's
players.
Alvarez, yeah.
Does Frankie de Jong get in? Casado.
DePaul, yeah.
DePaul. Like this.
Yeah, it's fucking good second 11.
The league is stacked of top-end talent, man.
Balde.
Oh my God, yeah. Sorry, forget Berichiche. We put Balde in there. Fucking hell. It'd be a strong side.
It would.
Jesus, yeah. Oh my God. I'm just thinking about it at 11. It'd be crazy. All right, quickly over to the Bundesliga. St. Pauli stay up. That's basically the news. That's why the kid's up today.
That's a bang.
Jackson Irvine's up on the wall today. Fantastic start for Frankfurt. Christensen, the first 20 seconds, scored the goal. St. Pauli equalised for Saliakas. Gulavogui back in the scorch again. This kid's been pretty good this season. In the 15th minute, a great counter-attacking goal. Batshuayi off the bench to equalise in the 71st minute. But that was the game. But they've been saved across their last 6 games. 1 win, 4 draws and 1 loss. Pretty good for a side that's unders. Let's be honest, they're an unders side in the league.
Well this season.
Really, really good. Gulavogui back in the goals. Larson from Frankfurt had a good game as well. Did 1 assist, 2 tackles and 94% pass accuracy. But one of those games, classic Bundesliga, back and forth. Nothing to separate the sides. Frankfurt base, you have Europe Champions League.
They're a lock. Has it already been confirmed?
Not yet. Mathematically, but they will. They're there. And obviously St. Pauli are now safe. Sort of limbs at full time. They're massive for them.
That's
such a good feel story,
great season, man.
Yeah.
Considering, obviously, we've spoken about Herzl leaving. And just like a newly promoted side, like that's just an insane season
feat
for them,
Yeah, like
to finish above like Hoffenheim and
look, on numbers wise, it doesn't look as dramatic as it is, but it feels like they've been safe throughout the year.
Yeah, they're not going to get into the playoff. That'll be Heidenheim because the goal difference is shocking. But it's been a good fucking season.
Really impressive. And you can build off that now.
Hopefully, yeah. I imagine they won't. All their players will stay. It's just about surely adding, right?
Add a midfielder in there, add a centre half. I think you're probably set to go again.
I feel like every team near the bottom needs just try and find a striker somehow.
I like this kid.
Can they go to the Bundesliga 2 and get a striker there? I don't know.
Maybe. But I think the Gulavogui can carry a lot of the goal.
Yeah.
I think it's 12 in the year. I think. I haven't got it written down. But he's had a really good season. He was their signing this year. Look, if you can, maybe you pair him with a proper centre forward. He's maybe more of like a number 10 or off the wide area. But if you pair him up with a striker, I definitely think someone in midfield to help out.
Yeah, they do need a midfielder.
Because they look a little bit leggy in there. And obviously a centre half. I think all the bottom half teams in a centre half to compete with the top halves. But look, impressive nonetheless. No one really maybe people give them a little bit of a chance, but when you lose your manager and you're already a side that doesn't spend much and you haven't got much, I think it was going to be the banker that them and Kiel went down.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kiel did go down, but look, as you said...
Thank God I tipped Bochum. I went Bochum and Holstein.
I think I had Bochum as the third.
The playoff, maybe? I think I had St. Pauli as the playoff. I would have had St. Pauli.
I think I had Pauli second to bottom, which...
I think
that shows where they should have been or where they have been. It's pretty impressive.
Great result. I thought for sure they'd go down.
Like on paper, they're not great.
Yeah, no, they're not
great at all.
But they've just managed to bank up some really important wins along the way.
Yeah, they've competed with the big boys, which is impressive as well. And then you're not dreaming. We've gone back to the Liga just quickly. It's been about 18 months since we've been here, but we've gone back. But just to round out their league, Lyon basically kicked out of the top 6. I mean, they'll miss.
That's mad because they almost knocked out.
They almost knocked out the team that's when they're in the final. But Monaco knocked them out by winning 2-0 on the weekend. Minamino, what a name that one is.
What a guy.
Zakaria scoring in that one there. 2-0 win for Monaco means they go third at just a point back of Marseille.
Yeah,
so after all of our chat for Marseille.
Bro, Marseille started off the season like fucking house on fire. Now they want Greenwood out. They want fucking, I think, another striker, one of the other strikers. Wahi, is it Wahi?
Yeah, I think
they want him out. I think Greenwood's definitely leaving. By the sounds of it, like Premier League clubs are maybe
lining up the return of the chosen.
Yeah, it's been sad for Marseille. Like we both said,
we had him winning the
fucking
title.
How fucking mental is it? We both said they'd win the league.
I thought I'd been so ballsy.
PSG are in the Champions League final,
and they're going to
win. They're going to win
the treble. Actually, no, they're not, because Inter are going to win it.
The 1 year where we like actually decided to properly slag off PSG,
they fucking show us
up. They go
and
fucking win everything.
I should have thought there was some.
They're going to have the Ballon d'Or winner.
and I came into the episode thinking I was going to be such a fucking hipster. Yeah. Oh yeah, Marseille win the league, and then you said the exact same thing. It was literally
because they made good signings. I thought De Zerbi's got something to prove.
Yeah,
but in the end, it's just been a bit of a mismatch.
Yeah. They haven't had the consistent ability to keep winning games of football.
Yeah, no.
But fair play.
I feel like they put all their effort into the first 8 games where they had those mad games with the red cards and stuff, and they were going mental.
11 players on the pitch.
They were going mad when they won at the end of games. Like the bench was fucking serial scenes, and then it kind of went downhill really quick. I thought Greenwood was going to win fucking Player of the Year.
I thought he was a banker.
Yeah.
I think he's still got 18 goals.
Decent numbers, but it's gone under the radar because of how dominant PSG have been and how
Doué, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele. The names sell.
Yeah.
The names sell on that one there. But fair play to Monaco, who are actually good in the Champions League as well. They're unbeaten the last 5 games, as I said, 1 point behind Marseille. Lyon basically out because Strasbourg are going to probably get it in the end. And then also shout out to Ekaluche as well. I touched him at the start of the year. 7 goals, 12 assists in 42 appearances. Another young player to keep an eye for as well.
That's pretty good.
PSG probably buying him.
Cherki as well. He's a young player.
Cherki.
I think he has a 25 million release clause, so I think clubs will. I think he'll leave for sure.
Come to United. He tore us apart.
Yeah, he's not the worst player in the world.
So that'll probably ruin him like we ruined Anthony as well.
Yeah, mate, you don't want to ruin Cunha. So.
Mate, yeah. I'm a fan of that.
That's a big tick. Yes, have him, please.
Please.
Can we have him for the Europa League final?
Yeah.
Can we do what Real Madrid want with Trent? Can we do the same with Cunha?
I love being a United fan.
Wolves are safe. Nothing to play for. We need to win a final. Please. Can we have him now?
We've got no one left.
Can't rely on
Bro,
Højlund.
you and Yoro went down injured on the weekend. They were fucked.
Yoro. Fucking Højlund can't hit a barn door at the moment. So.
Can't pass a parcel, mate. This time of year, though, we as United fans, we love it. We're at the top of the world.
You always have
to every single player.
Yeah, and you always have a final or something to look forward to.
Something's always happening.
It's good, yeah.
And then reality hits in 4 games into the season. Let's finish up with our under-23s team of the season. The youngsters, the next gen.
Yeah.
The future.
I'll be honest, I haven't included the big boys, like your Pedris and Lamines and stuff.
Oh, didn't you?
Nah, I've gone the best of the
best of the rest.
Yeah, kind of.
I fucked it there, man.
I'll be honest, it's sort of like PSG team of the season mixed with some youngsters.
Do you want to go sit down with your? Actually, by the way, my formation's an absolute crime.
I actually managed to do a 4-3-3 for this one.
Oh man, I got 3 centre halves, 2 central midfielders, 2 10s, a left wing and a right wing and a striker. So whatever that is on paper, that's what I've got.
I'll start.
Yeah, you guys kicked off.
So I'll go with my goalkeeping back 4, which is essentially just Premier League with a PSG player. So I've just kept Verbruggen in goal. I couldn't really think of another keeper.
I've got someone different then. Thank God I've got something.
I've definitely missed a keeper.
Maybe not.
Remember, we do under 23, just best players, and we can't think of anyone coming through, and it's just Verbruggen.
I've got one.
So I've definitely missed one.
Got one.
So I've got Verbruggen in.
Yeah,
I still think he's had a good year.
He's still a banker,
at Brighton. Now, bear with me. I've got Miles Lewis-Skelly at right back. I feel like I had to fit him in. There's a lot of good young.
Have him in there.
There's a lot of good young left backs at the moment.
Yeah, no, fair play.
Look at Lee Judge. I see one him playing in midfield, and playing left back, so he can play there.
He's versatile.
I've got Huijsen and I've got Murillo as my centre halves.
Uh-huh.
I think they've been fucking phenomenal this season. Obviously, Huijsen probably going to go to Real Madrid, and Murillo's, in the debate with like being in centre back Premier League team of the season. Yeah. But I've seen people have Milenkovic and stuff. So
take your pick.
And then my left back is Nunmenge.
I had him in initially. Yeah,
I thought he was older than like 22, 23, but he's 22.
Bro, it's ridiculous.
I had like Balde and I had Lewis Hall as well. I want to give him a shout out. I think they've
good first half of the year.
But he's had that injury. So, but yeah, that's my keep him back 4.
Right, the only real difference I'm going to make this whole team, I guess, is going to be me, James Trafford in goal.
Yes, that's true.
Because he's had the 16 goals conceded in 45 appearances.
Yeah, he's been nuts.
29 clean sheets.
It's a massive year for him next year.
He has to prove himself.
He has to prove himself, even for England as well. Like Pickford's getting on a
Pickford's
bit.
The way out.
Ramsdale
needs to focus less on
the championship next year. Fuck.
Jeez, I still can't decide between these two. I'm going to go Murillo, but shout out to Asensio.
Yes.
For Real Madrid.
Ooh,
really good. You know what?
Good one.
I'll be different actually. I'll put both in. Murillo and Asensio go in.
That's a really good
alongside Dean Huijsen.
Yeah.
Huijsen is obviously the banker.
Yeah.
7 clean sheets there with Bournemouth. But Asensio's been fantastic when no one's been available. He's been the constant.
Yeah.
And Murillo obviously like Nottingham Forest, top 3 contenders now, obviously 7th, but he's really done nothing wrong. They've been fantastic defensively throughout the whole season. Their front line can't deliver now. That's what's hurting them. So
yeah.
That's my back 3, and obviously Pau Kubasi then misses out for me at the back.
Yeah. My midfield 3, I've got João Neves.
Yeah.
Obvious one. It's just sort of just looking up. I just looked up PSG players. Like, who's under 23? Okay, this player.
He makes the bracket.
I'll take them, So I've got him. I've got Bergvall from Spurs.
I like this shade.
People have been saying, like Spurs fans have been saying he's been their player of the season. And
I'd say he would be as well.
He's had some really good performances as well. And I've got your man, Nico Paz, as well in here.
I like it. You've made a much better team than mine. I'll go with my midfield 4, my box midfield. I went João Neves and Pedri as the 2 deeper line players. Imagine that as a combination.
Fuck it up.
And then my 2 number 10s, Amad Diallo, 10 goals and 8 assists. That's my boy. I'm wearing the kit today.
I was actually going to put him in, but I had to put in PSG boys.
And then my other number 10, Florian Wirtz.
Yeah.
Because I left him out last week.
I had him in.
The Bundesliga team, I'll put him back in this week.
Fair enough.
It's still ridiculous. He has 30 goal contributions.
He makes the community team of the season, like what FIFA do, or the community vote.
The vote changed through. He was added as a 13th man. I looked at it last week, but it just hit me again this week. He still missed a chunk, but he's got 30 goal contributions. I think I fucked up last week. It's me making up. Sorry, Florian.
Make it up for it.
Sorry, Florian. I apologise. So that's my 4 in midfield.
Yeah. My front 3, I've got my boy, Desiree Doué, off the left.
That is your boy.
I was going to put Jamie Gittins in there because he's had a really good year for Dortmund.
Yep.
But I had to put my boy in.
Come on, yeah.
I've got Sesko up top. I feel like he's actually, in terms of his numbers and stuff, he's actually had a really good year.
Yeah, yes.
And I feel like he's probably the best sort of under 23 striker out there. I can't really think of, like, in terms of, like, if I'm not picking the obvious sort of ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
And then on the right, I kept Barcelo in, sort of on the right as well.
This is a PSG 11.
So, yeah, it's mate. We're not doing Liga and team of the season, so
yeah, you know what?
Is it.
Fair play.
Fair play.
Is it. You're doing it for the people at home. I respect that. I also went Desiree Doué. I went obviously Lamine Yamal right wing.
Yeah.
But I went Ekitike up top.
Yeah, I was going to put him in, but I put him in last week.
Yeah.
So.
You've actually done these segments properly. Yeah. 33 goal contributions. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He's got more than Wirtz. He's got 22 goals and 11 assists.
What the fuck?
Keep in mind, he has been playing Europa League, but still 33 goal contributions is incredible this season.
I didn't realize he had that many.
So I'm claiming that one as well. I'm claiming Ekaluche, I'm claiming Ekitike,
and
I'm going to claim Nico Paz this season as my 3 I've picked out early.
He's got 33. I didn't realize he had that many. I thought he had like 20 to 25.
Bro, he's done it in all comps. Every single competition he's been in, he's scored goals, which is says
fair play to him, man.
Yeah, and Marmoush has left me still. He
could be on the move actually.
He could be actually. If Leverkusen is centre
Isak will be too much. He'll be fucking way too much. Gyökeres, who knows?
Bro, I said it early in the season, and you were right to probably shut it down. But does he go back to PSG eventually? Like next season, like 2?
They do need a striker
because Gonzalo Ramos is shit.
Oh yeah, and they're playing like Barcola up there. And
but can you imagine the French connection up top? Doué,
that could be cold.
Barcola, Ekitike.
They could do that. They could do that. It feels like he's ready now. He wasn't ready when he first went there. He's ready. I think he's ready for that big move. Be interesting.
Could be cold.
Yeah.
French team with French
PSG
players.
don't need a whole lot as well.
No.
Their midfield's set for the next decade.
Is...
Zaire doesn't even play. He's the forgotten about wonder kid.
Oh my God. He was a banker in this last year. He was the starting 11. He was the captain.
Yeah. He was the captain.
Nowhere near it this year.
Which is mad. Could he? I mean, I know he's like
he move. Newcastle. I keep saying Newcastle, but
is he still like the captain? Like, I swear he's still.
He got given something.
He got given the captaincy last year. I swear, but he just doesn't play. I think it's like Marquinhos now.
Yeah, Marquinhos has always been the captain.
Donnarumma or something like that. So.
Donnarumma, the Champions League.
I mean, how does he play? This midfield is fucked.
Fabian Ruiz, by the way, has gone on the best 12 months run of a lot. He's killing it.
You putting him in. You had him in top 10 centimeters, didn't you? That was. I think you did. Yeah.
I just had him in my Euros team at the tournament.
That was a great show.
For me, watching that tournament, he was
been nuts.
Next level. You probably put out the 3 best midfielders from that Euros together.
Yeah.
Because Jan Neves was different as well. And they
just
put him and they said, have them all. And they've cooked. Yeah. We got Ugarte though, so it doesn't matter. Just wait, mate. Casemiro and Ugarte and the champion Europa League.
Casemiro's back.
The football never left.
He's back, Carragher, retract what you said, like, it would have been a year ago, I think, now.
It would, yeah, because
which is nuts.
Away. Yeah.
He's been shit for 11 months, and the last month he's actually come back and
cooked.
He's playing good, so...
He's paying for his wage, but apparently if he win the Europa League, it's 380 mil a week. I think grand a week. That's 40 grand upgrade.
Nuts. I think he's just trying to get Saudi to pay him more.
Even more than that. So yeah, asked for 450.
I know he's been good, but do you reckon United should just get rid of some of these guys while you can?
Yeah, look, probably.
Yeah.
Because if he wasn't there, actually, we're pretty fucked.
Yeah, probably,
We're so cooked, man. Even Colley's not even fit anymore. He's injured. Like, if he wasn't there right now, we'd be playing.
Is Eriksen fit?
Yeah, Eriksen.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
He needs the Pope, okay, Ranieri.
That Europa League final is going to be nuts, though. Whoever loses is just...
Honest to God, it may never end.
If Man United lose... I think if Man United lose, it's far worse than if Spurs lose, I reckon.
Just because Man United.
Just because it's Man United and, like, new manager and...
He might be gone.
He might actually...
It could be El Saka.
If he lose,
he might be El Saka.
Which is fucked.
But he hasn't won.
I know that you don't win games.
We just love playing Spanish teams, man.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? We used to hate playing Spanish teams. Now we just love playing every week.
If he loses,
it could be it.
Would you sack him?
Absolutely. I would still have Ten Hag here if it was. I still honestly still have Ten Hag here.
Well, the manager's never been.
Maybe I'm more pragmatic than anyone, but I'm so against this whole sack this, sack that. Just fucking firm it.
Yeah, mate. Fuck this transfer window for Man United. My God. It's not even about the players.
Not said that for the last 10 years.
It's not even about the players you bring in.
The players you get rid of?
The players you have to get rid of at least like 10 players.
It's been the last 2 years we've said this.
Yeah.
But I still rep.
Yeah, have to.
Till I die.
You're still going to go. And
still
watch them lose.
Next season, who should I pick to watch lose against? Who should I watch win? I should go to Bournemouth game. Start shooting. I was selling the Bournemouth scarf.
The games you've been to, you've versed an informed Newcastle side.
And the start of the season,
Brighton.
Yeah, which is cool. Start of the season, Brighton is the scariest
proposition
of all time
in Europe.
Fresh De Zerbi. Fucking hell. Fresh De Zerbi's fucked.
We saw that in Liga and
Mate, with Marseille.
First 10 games, he was fucking top 10 manager.
Fresh De Zerbi, before he's not depressed, obviously, he's top 10 manager of the world, mate. Okay, unbelievable. On that note, also, playoff final championship.
Yeah. The limbs, Sunderland was nuts. When's the final played? Is it this weekend?
FA Cup's this weekend. Can't be this weekend.
No,
It'll be following next weekend. So we got...
That's such a fucking wait. Why is it such a big wait?
They probably need the rest. These poor guys play like every second day. For like championship gets played like all the time.
Yeah, that's just annoying.
I assume it's not this weekend because the FA Cup would take the whole weekend.
Surely if I look up Sunderland, it tells me, surely.
Sunderland versus Sheffield United.
It doesn't even have it on here.
Who gets up?
Well, I think everyone in the world wants Sunderland to go up.
Who do you want up? Because we know Sheffield.
I imagine we both want Sunderland up. But I think Sheffield get up.
Just walk it. Or is it going to be close?
I think they just win like 2-0.
Be like last year's final.
Yeah, like last year's. Yeah. I want Sunderland up, but yeah. It just feels like...
happen, is it?
It feels like every time we go into the playoffs, more often than not, the best team of
Just on
the
paper,
rest
yeah.
on paper as well just gets through. I mean, the last one I can think of is when sort of Huddersfield got through. I don't know where they finished that season, but I think it was 5th or something. They weren't like, on paper they weren't the best, but they just had that ridiculous run. So that's sort of the last one I can think of. I actually watched that live as well. I think before school. I remember watching that.
Because I remember watching the Luton game. I think Luton,
mate. Actually, yeah. No, I forgot about them.
Or actually, they were higher than Coventry, but Coventry came in as the favourite.
Yeah. But Huddersfield,
I'm pretty sure were like a 5th or 2nd. Yeah, they were like a bottom 2 side.
I'll never forget that fucking Danny Ward in the penalty shootout.
Yeah, going mental.
Nuts, yeah.
And even more exciting, Almeria still with a chance.
Still got a chance
to get out of the Segunda division.
That bet is still on that we're going to buy one and wear it for match week 1.
We'll do Almeria watch along.
If the views we got for Celta, fucking Vigo, Almeria will be through the roof.
Mate, the Celta Vigo Ultras will be out in force again to support us. Run it back again.
They'll bottle it. They'll fucking bottle it.
They're 6th.
They lost to Cadiz or something.
And they're like 14th, so there's no chance.
They are useless.
But, you never know. There you go. Another great week of football. Getting slowly and closer to that waffle segment. I catch you can't wait for that time of the year.
Yeah.
No pressure to analyse shit. Just
you're going to have to just think. It'll be Pep versus fucking Sir Alex debate and Slot versus Arteta. And, well, I think that debate's done, but...
last 8 months is already over.
But yeah, the debates will be quite fun actually. I reckon you come with some fun ones.
How many times can you get 4 of us on the couch? That's the question as well.
Probably none. Let's be honest.
If we do, it'll be chaos.
It always is.
Yeah,
it's always good fun though.
As is the want of the people at home.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Once again, like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. 5 stars Apple Podcast. 5 stars on Spotify as well. Quite a weekend this weekend, but should be live the FA Cup final. So join me for that live stream there. Till next time, guys. See you later.